Hello, everybody. How are you? Hello, everybody. How are you? It is time to start our day. It is time to work and play. Hello, everybody. How are you? Hi, everyone, and welcome not just to a new day, but to a brand new month. This month is coming marching in. It is the month of March. We just left the month of February. We left it in all of its snow and it's cold. We've left that behind and we've moved into this month, which is called March. Can you clap that with me? March. Just one clap this month. It's a short word, just one part, just one syllable. Like every new month, there's a lot of new things on the board behind me. I want you to look, be as observant as you can. I want you to look and see if you can find 2 new things. Can you find 2 new things? Can you find 3? How about 4? I'm going to move back. I'm going to be real quiet and I'm going to let you guys look for just a minute and see what you notice. What did you notice? What's different? What's new? Go ahead, tell me. Let me hear some things that you spied that were new and different. Let me hear. Good, very good. You guys had really good observers. You're really good at looking and figuring out what is different. Well, let's look at it together. Maybe you can help me if I miss something, okay? We already noticed that this word in the middle is different. Instead of February, now it says March, and it will stay there for a while because a month is a few weeks long. So March is going to stay there. But some new things. Did you notice that we have a new color? Did you notice the color of my pointer? We have the color green this month. There's green up here, green down here, green right there. There's the word green, and again, my pointer is green right now. We have a new shape. That's right, we have a new shape. Last month was the shape of a heart. Now we have the shape of an oval. An oval is interesting. Tell me, how many corners does an oval have? None. How many sides does an oval have? None. We had another shape like that. Do you remember way back when? We had another shape that had no corners, no sides. It was a circle, and I happen to have a circle here. This is my circle. Can you see that? Now, how can I take this circle that has no corners and no sides and change it into an oval that has no corners and no sides? You ready? I'm going to stretch it. Here we go. Stretch it out. Now I have an oval. When you take a circle and you stretch it, you get an oval. It's an oval this direction. It's an oval this direction. And instead of making an oval magnifier or finder today, I have this. I'm going to go around my house and see what ovals I can find with this today. If you have a pipe cleaner, you can take one and show how you make a circle into an oval. And then you can use it as your magnifier to go around and find oval shapes in your house today. So we've got the month that changed. We've got the color that changed. We got the shape that changed. What about our numbers? Did anybody notice that those were different? Last month it said 13 and 14. This month, can you tell me what's this top number? A 1 and a 5 standing side by side say 15. And that's the word for 15. What do 1 and 6 say when they stand side by side like that? They say 16. 1 and 6 say 16, and there's the word for 16. So those are things that change every month when we start a new month. So those things will be like that for a while now, but something that changes every week would be our letter. What's our new letter this week? This is the letter U. There's the uppercase and the lowercase, and it has a picture of an umbrella. Can you say that word with me? Umbrella. And now say it again, but listen just to the first part. We say umbrella, umbrella, under. That's the sound that U makes. Now, if you want to make it with your fingers, you know how we do sign language sometimes and we practice writing the letters with our fingers or showing what they look like with our fingers? You're going to take your pointer finger and your middle finger and stand them up tall. That's how you make a U in sign language. Well done, you guys. You've made the letter in sign language. You learned the sound. You saw the upper and lower case. And you told me all these new things up here. The one thing that still hasn't changed, it feels like it's been around a long time, and that's this word right here, winter. That's been here a long time, hasn't it? I have good news. While we are meeting during the month of March, that word is going to change. Do you know what season comes after winter? Let's think. We had the season of fall when we started. And what happened in that season? Let's think. The leaves started falling off the trees. Well, first they changed colors, and then they started falling off. We ate a lot of apples. We got pumpkins. We had Thanksgiving. The weather started to get colder. The days started to get shorter. That was all happening in fall. Then just before Christmas, we changed the word fall to the word winter because our season changed from fall to winter. And then it got even colder. The days got even shorter. We got snow. We got all kinds of cold, wintry things going on. But this month, we're going to change it to the word spring. That's our next season, spring. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later this month, and we'll read a book about that in just a few minutes. Let's visit our calendar before we move on, though. Yesterday, the day was Sunday. Today is Monday, so tomorrow will be Tuesday. And this happens to be the very, very first day of March, so we have a number 1 up here. So can you say it with me? We'll say, today is Monday, March 1st, and the year is still 2021. That will stay that way for a very long time. We don't change that very often. So we are talking today more specifically about the letter U and the numbers 15 and 16. So what we're going to do first is we're going to practice writing them together. So if you have a piece of paper, if you have your ABC journal or your number journal, you can grab those now. If you have a pencil that you can write with, or a crayon, or something else that you have to write with, you can grab that. If you don't have those supplies, don't worry about it. Use your finger. Do it on the table, you can trace it. Do it in the air, on the carpet, whatever you can. If you also happen to have maybe a magazine that your grown-up said is okay. I have one here, I have a few like that. If you have a magazine or something else that your grown-up says is okay, that you can go through while we're together and you can look through the pictures and see if you can find a U word, or you can find 15 of something, or can you find the letter U or the number 15 and then cut them out. And then we're going to put them on our papers together. First things first, though, we need to trace our letter U. So I'm going to get my marker, and I'm going to trace the uppercase letter first. That's always the taller one. U, you start at the top. Remember, we usually start at the top, don't we? You start at the top, and when we're going to get down to the bottom, we're going to bounce back up. It kind of boings us back up to the top again. So we start at the top, and we go all the way down to the bottom, and we boing back up. That's kind of a fun one, isn't it? Lowercase u, you can do this one 2 ways. You could do it just a smaller version of that one. Start up here, boing back up, and you could stop there, or you can give it a little stand so it doesn't roll away, the lowercase u. On the top set of lines, we're going to practice writing the uppercase u. We're going to start at the top line, and you know how we came down and boinged back up? That's going to happen when we hit the bottom line, not the dotted one in the middle. So we start up here, we come straight down, we hit it, we bounce back up, we boing back up. Let's do that again. Start at the top, come on down, bounce or boing back up. One more time. Start at the top line, come down to the bottom line, and boing back up to the top line. And now I have 1, 2, 3 uppercase U's. Let's try the lowercase. The lowercase ones are shorter, so we're going to start where that dotted line is. We're going to start in the middle. I'm going to put my marker right here. I'm going to go down to the bottom line, and I'm going to boing back up, but I'm going to give it the little stand behind it so I come back down to the line. Okay, you want to try that with me again? Put it on the dotted line. Everybody there? Got it on the dotted line? Okay. Down to the bottom, boing back up to the dotted line, but don't lift your pencil up yet. You're going to draw a straight line down. Let's do that one more time. On the dotted line, you're going to come down and boing back up to the dotted line. Stop there. And then straight line down to the bottom line. There are our U's. I did cut some out earlier. I cut out an uppercase U and a lowercase u, but I'm going to have you help me cut out my U picture today. So let me put some glue for my uppercase, for my lowercase. That is a big U there, isn't it? That's a big fancy uppercase U. And here's a littler, smaller lowercase u. Now, like I showed you, I do have some magazines and I have some newspapers and some other things, and I did go through them and I looked hard for a U word, but you know what? I couldn't find a U word anywhere. I looked for things that were under things. I thought maybe that would be a good U word. Couldn't find it. So instead, I chose to print off of my computer. I printed off a picture of an umbrella. So I am going to, should we talk about it? I'm going to put 2 fingers on the bottom, my thumb up on top, open the mouth, and chop, chop, chop. My steering wheel hand is going to hold my paper, and it's going to help me cut around. I got to this part, so now my steering wheel hand turns the paper, And I'm going to go up this way. I'm done on that side. Steering wheel hand turns the paper. One more time, steering wheel hand turns the paper. And I have cut out my umbrella. So I will glue that on right here. Maybe you guys will have better luck finding something that starts with the letter U. I just had a hard time in what I had at home. I hope you guys have an easier time and you can find something that starts with the letter U. Okay, let's take a peek at the number 15. Our numbers are getting so big. I'm going to go backwards this time. Let's work backwards. I'm going to glue on my number 15 first. Remember, that's a 1 and a 5. Standing side by side. There's a 1 and a 5. Then I have a delicious 15 item to show you. I was able to find a picture with 15 donuts, but I need your help counting because sometimes I'm wrong and I want to make sure I got it right. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 donuts. Let's put that right here. So we have our picture. We have our number. Now we're going to write it. Where did I put my marker? Right here. The number 1. This is a fancy one. Remember, sometimes if you want to, you can just do a straight line up and down, and that's just fine for the number 1. This one has a little slide guy at the top here. Comes straight down, and then it has a base to hold it in place. The 5 is a trickier number to write. If you are having trouble with the 5, don't be discouraged. It is a harder number to write, and you will get better at it the more you practice. So here's how we do the 5. We're going to start over here, and we're going to go across. Then we're going to come down. Then we're going to make this thing that's almost a full circle, but we stop before we make it a circle. You ready? We're going to start up here, and we go across, down, and then make most of a circle. It's kind of like a backward C right there, isn't it? Let's try the 15 over here. I'm just going to do my straight line for the 1. So my 1 comes straight down. My 5 is going to go right next door to it. And now the part that went across, that's going to go across the top line. The part that comes down, that's going to come down to the dotted line. So let's start there. Go across, down to the dotted line. And then in the bottom part, that's where we make what's almost a circle. And try that again with me. Okay, make our 1. The 5 comes across the top, goes down to the dotted line, and then we curve around and make most of a circle. Again, that's a hard one, so don't be discouraged if you're having trouble with the 5. You will get better the more that you practice it. That is it for our numbers and our letters today. We'll come back and do a letter activity together at the end, but I want to read a story to you. I talked about how we are going to be getting into the season of spring while we are in the month of March. March is a month that people have a saying for. That means that there's words that we say to kind of talk about the month of March. It's kind of a joke that we say, but what we say is that March roars in like a lion, but goes out peacefully like a lamb. They say it comes in like a lion and out like a lamb, and I have a book called In Like a Lion and Out Like a Lamb. So before we read it, I want you to look at the front cover. You can see the words up here. That's the title of the book. It tells me what it is. And you can tell by the picture who is going to be in our story. And the title told us it's going to be a lion and a lamb. But look closer at them. How do they look? Do they look kind? Do they look angry, happy, sad? Take a look. That might give you some clues about the book. The lion, I honestly am not sure. He looks playful or ferocious. I'm not sure if I can decide what I think on that one. The lamb definitely looks playful and happy to me. So let's see what the story tells us. In like a lion, out like a lamb. Ooh, the first picture right away. The little boy's inside of his house. And look who's at his window. And then he's at the door. And he looks like he's pounding on the door. It says, March comes with a roar. He rattles your windows and scratches at your door. He turns snow to mud, then tromps across your floor. Especially as the snow starts to melt, the mud is out, and things get messy. March comes with winter clinging to its tail. He scatters sleet and sometimes even hail. Were you expecting spring? He snickers. Reach for your slickers. March comes with a pounce and a growl. Just step outside and hear him howl. If you howl back, will he go away? Not very likely. The lion means to stay and stay and stay. But then, One soft morning, wind gives way to breeze. Buds pop out on trees. The air is full of chickadees and bumblebees. And the lion takes a whiff, a sniff, and lets out an enormous sneeze. Achoo! And guess who comes riding in, gliding in, striding in on that achoo? Who is it? The lamb. So, where will the March lion go? Will he wander to and fro, defeated and lost, predicting frost? Or will he skulk through the greening grass, eyes scheming, teeth gleaming, waiting for the lamb to pass? No, never. This fellow is much too clever. He finds himself a sunny spot. He stretches, yawns, and curls into a knot. And that rumbling noise you hear? Never fear. This lion is done with roaring. Now he's snoring, at least until next year. Today, the lamb's in charge of grass and flowers, sunshine and showers, of babies small and large. Oops. Come all you babies, just hear March sing. Ba, she says, ba and ba again. It's spring. Oh no, the lamb is sneezing. Achoo! I think the lamb has springtime allergies. Well, March kind of roars in. It comes in sometimes with snow and sleet and hail like we saw, but by the time we leave March, it will be spring and we will be seeing more green grass and more flowers. We have one more thing to do together before I send you on your way today. I want you to join me for a special art activity. Are you ready? We're going to go somewhere that starts with the letter U. Let's find out where. Well, here I am, guys. I am under my table. Under, there's that U word. I am going to draw a picture under my table. I am going to take the piece of paper and I am going to tape it right up here onto the bottom of my table. And I am using colored pencils because I don't want anything to happen to my table if I accidentally miss the paper. And I am going to draw a picture. You guys can do that too. I will see you next time. Bye, everybody. Have fun with U Day today. Bye.